Hello and welcome to Pop Along RC. I'm Carl, this is Mark, and what are we talking about today, Mark?
Well, I'm glad you asked, because in front of me here is the car that if you watch the last video, I did a build video on this car, and this car is the Team Associated, can't remember,
RC10 B6.4 team kit.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah,
that'll be the one.
Way better memory than me. But here it is. It's all done. Apart from we've got to put the motor in it, the speed controller, the radio gear, and that's about it. It's ready to go.
That's about it.
Yeah.
But you know, this is the first time I've seen it because this has been at yours for it's got to be nearly a month.
Yeah, I built it over Christmas. Yeah.
This has not been a quick fix, has it?
It hasn't. No, I did it bit by bit over a course of a few evenings. When I got a bit bored, I just turned the light off, locked up my workshop, and went in. And then again, I did a few bits the day after, and then here we are today, and it's actually done. But yeah, it wasn't a quick build. In terms of problems, didn't really come across any, but off the back of the last video, we had lots of comments come in from you guys, which is always really handy. And a couple of people said that it's important that you should lock tight the little tiny screw on the top of the piston in the shocks because they come loose. And I thought to myself, I'm going to check that. So I undid the shocks, and lo and behold, the screw had already come loose. Right.
There you go.
So there you go. So
massive thanks to you guys.
Absolutely.
And we got to be honest, we get a lot of comments on the channel, people commenting on our videos. Some people out there far more experienced than us, and we pick up little gems, and hopefully we can then share those little gems with you. So I have noticed something, because this car did not come with tyres.
No, it didn't.
But we got wheels and tyres on the car. So what we talking here?
All right. So first thing I did is I contacted my local club and asked them on the Facebook page, and there was comment after comment after comment with the same tyre choice, which was
rear tyres, mini pins here. What are these ones called?
Schumacher Cactus Yellows by all accounts.
Cactus Yellows.
Yeah.
Front ones look a little bit different.
Low cut staggers by all accounts.
Low cut staggers.
Well. Yeah.
And yeah, time after time, the same comments were, these are the ones to go for, and that is exactly what we have got. The car is not finished yet. We need to get the electronics in this car. Yes, so we have got this one here. This is the Team Corrali RS160. Fantastic looking ESC there. Yeah. We're not finishing there. We're also going to have ourselves a Team Corrali 8.5 turn motor. Yeah, that's going to be quick.
That looks really nice as well.
It does, really nice. Yeah. We're going to get that out of the box in a second and show you that is a very nice looking motor.
It certainly is, it certainly is. But we need a program card for it. Did you get one of those as well? Ah, there you go.
There we go. Yeah, so we have got Team Corrali powering this Team Associated 2-wheel drive 1/10 buggy.
Yeah, and I will do a little video on that as well as and when I do it.
Yeah, it does look really, really nice, man. I'm a bit gutted I haven't got one.
Yeah, you've not got one. We certainly can't afford another one of these.
Not even close.
No. Why don't you? You know, in a couple of videos back, you did your magic. You know, when you did you seemed to muster up cars.
I mustered up that.
You did. Of course you did. Yeah, you mustered up that. Yeah. Yeah. So why don't you just do that? Why don't you just get another car?
You spent a month building it. I can't be bothered to build a car.
It's safe to say you're not the builder out of the duo, are you?
No, I shoot videos.
Yeah.
I edit videos.
Yeah. You like racing.
I have fun racing.
Have fun racing, yeah.
But building things and maintaining things, I think I'm the bodger of the team.
Well, look, I mean, Team Associated, they're a good brand. We like Team Associated.
We do.
I heard that they did a buggy very similar to this. I think it was called a Team Associated RB10.
The RB10.
The RB10. That's ready to run. It comes with transmitter.
Comes with wheels.
Comes with wheels.
Comes
and
built.
tyres.
Yeah. That would probably be a good shout, actually.
It would be a good shout. So why don't you do your magic and try and muster up
okie doke.
like you did last time.
Here goes then. Ready?
That didn't work. Hey, where'd you get that?
Yeah, Team Associated t-shirt.
Well, look, we're nearly
there.
Nearly there.
Try again. Here goes. Ready? One. Whoa! Now we're talking.
Whoa. How do you do that? How do you do that?
Skills, my friends. Skills. There
You're
you go.
Skillful man.
I'd rather do that than spend a month building a car.
Ah, well, that's fair enough. But
So,
here it is. Yeah.
here it is, the RB10 Ready-To-Run Team Associated 1/10 two-wheel drive buggy.
Nice. You need to get it out of the box. I
Let's
mean,
do
it's
it.
a nice box, but you know.
Cool. So, open it up. Oh, look at that. It's already made.
It's a red one.
It's a red one.
Red's alright, isn't it?
It's all good.
You know what they say about the colour red?
It's the fastest colour.
Fastest colour.
It is the fastest colour. And it's not too dissimilar to our colour scheme that we seem to be having as our sort of pop-along livery, should you say. So we go with the red, yellow to white. I've got a red one here. Maybe we can touch it up with a bit of yellow and some pop-along stickers and we'll be good to go. Should we get in the box?
Yeah.
There you go, a two-wheel drive, 1/10 buggy, ready to run. That's a lot quicker than your car to get ready.
It certainly was.
In fact,
and is, yeah.
This has got a motor. I could literally put batteries in it now and I could go.
You know, nice part about it is it takes normal stick packs. It doesn't take. Well, I could probably put shorties in there.
But I've got lots of batteries, so I can literally jump straight in. So, radio gear. Feels all good, reverse steering, reverse throttle. You got throttle min and max, so you can actually turn down the speed by the looks of things.
It's a good idea if you give it to your son.
So maybe AJ could have a go with this one.
Yeah.
Dual rates and trim for the steering. Nice little radio.
Do you know what? I think it's a really good idea of Team Associated to have done this because, I mean, we're all about racing on a budget, aren't we? Really?
We are.
Even the other car, the B6.4, you know, we're going to race it relatively on a budget, aren't we? We're not going top end on any of the equipment and the bits and pieces that we're using. So this, it looks strong.
It does look very strong. It's got a bit of weight behind it.
It has.
And speaking of weight as well, the weight distribution in this car is completely different. So this is actually a rear motor car, so the motor's way out the back, which means all the weight is actually quite far back in the car, whereas with the modern cars it's actually a mid-motor car, so they just level out the weight a little bit.
Exactly. And the first thing that we did, didn't we, we just took out the box now, is we tested the shocks and thought, oh, they're really soft, aren't they? But they need to be, because all the weight's at the back. It doesn't need to be quite stiff at the front.
There we go. So this is a relatively new car, the RB10. However, if we just get under the shell and take a little look at this, for some of you guys, it'll be quite a familiar sort of setup. So this is a lot like some of the early RC10s. The RC10 B4 and 5, I believe this is actually very close to...
It is, because I've got one at home, and looking at the chassis, I'd say that actually looks much stronger than the car I've got sitting at home. I should have bought it really, but it's at home.
Yeah, there we go. But what have we got in this car? We have a servo, we have a sealed receiver, we've got ESC and brushless motor. Lovely jubbly. Dean's connector, which means all of my stick packs that I use on all the Tamiya racing that we've been doing, I've got...
That's handy, isn't it?
I've probably got 10 stick packs. So I could literally take this thing out and run it for hours on end.
You certainly could. Do you know what we should do? Which would be really good for a video, and just out of interest anyway, is you should race this thing. I should race the other one, or we can swap, whatever, but we should take both of them out. Maybe we get some tyres, some decent tyres for it, although these look quite good, but let's get proper tyres for it. Let's take them both out.
Take them both racing. So the idea then is we take out the top of the range B6.4 and we take out this amazing looking ready to run car. We'll run them at all the clubs we visit, and if you are someone that wants to give racing a go, this might be the option for you. If you're somebody that wants to try and win races,
I'm not going to win, am I? Let's be honest.
But you want to be in the mix, don't you?
I kind of do.
Yeah, so if you want to be looking at a slightly higher Level of racing, then we've obviously got the B6.4, and we'll look at how the two cars compare on the track with the way they handle, how they perform, and also look at how tunable the cars are with car setup and things like that. If this is, as I expect, very similar to the B5, there should be lots of setup sheets available for the B5 because that was going for a while. What makes me think this is definitely linked to the B5 is I actually went onto the Team Associated website and you can download setup sheets for it.
That's very handy.
And the setup sheet that it took me to was the B5.
Well, there you go then.
So there we go. That is sort of the base that we are working with. So yeah, I think if I'm going to race this, if I'm honest, as much as I like the look of this radio and I think it'll be ideal for my son, if I'm racing, I will probably connect it to my race radio.
I would say that's a good point, yeah.
And change the tyres, and I think that is ready to race. It's ready to run at the moment, but ready to race, they're the changes I'm going to make. That's it.
Go. That's it. Yeah, completely different. But they're completely different cars, though, aren't they?
They are. The rear's actually quite similar.
Yeah.
It's just to say, the front, that's quite heavy, whereas...
Yeah. And the reason being is because, of course, all the weight's at the back there. And once everything's in here, you're talking here. That's where the weight is going to be in this car. Definitely.
And say you're running shorter, the shorty batteries in there. Whereas I'm going to be running sticks that are going to run straight up the middle of this car. So again, completely different in regards to sort of the weight distribution there. So most of the components on here are plastic chassis. It's a tub chassis, front bulkhead, rear shock tower. It's all plastic. Whereas on your one, you've got carbon fibre, you've got alley, you've got steel alley chassis, you've got metal weights in there.
But then they've got to keep the price down. This is a very good price for this car, isn't it, for what you get? So
definitely.
That's where they save money, so it's affordable, right?
They look a little bit different. What I have noticed about these two shells is the plastic. This is really thick plastic. This is quite thick as well, isn't it?
Yeah, this is quite heavy. That's got a lot of paint on that one. But I found that when I was actually spraying this up, I found this to be quite heavy because we're quite used to touring car shells,
which are made of like wafer.
They're flimsy, really flimsy. Yeah. So, but this is a completely different class of racing, isn't it? So I don't expect it to be the same at all. But you know, there you go.
I'll tell you what though, those tyres, didn't you say you had to glue them?
Yeah, the front's already glued. They're not glued. Let's glue some tyres. First thing we do, we're going to take them out of the pack. Best thing to do is find out what your local club uses. Good thing to do, don't always have to do this, but I always do it when I glue my tyres, is get a wipe of sorts, whatever, alcohol wipe, and just rub and wipe the sidewall, the inner sidewall. You get any residue off, any grease and such, because then it will bond better. Inserts. The inserts we're going to be using are the medium ones, which are the blue ones for this car. So the inserts need to go in, and the way I do it is I fold it over, get the tyre, stick it inside, and then just manipulate it so it sits really nicely in the tyre. That's it. Alright, so these are mini pins, and they can go on anyway really. You get some tyres which are directional and you have to put them on a specific direction. These ones you don't, although these have the writing on the outside, and I think it looks better if the writing's on the outside. So that's the way we'll do it. Certainly got that new tyre smell about them, I'll give you that. Okay, it's important when you put the tyres in that your sidewall there just fits neatly into the groove onto the wheel. Right, the glue that we're going to be using for these, you can get specific tyre glue, which I actually did do, because the last thing we want to do is to be getting halfway through a race and then the tyre falls off the wheel. And this is the MR33 super glue for wheels and tyres. There's the super glue. It comes with a couple of nozzles. Okay, then what we do, make sure we've got a nice fine needle on there. Test it out on a piece of paper. Yes, that's working. Good. And then you just slowly, there's no point rushing this whatsoever. Slowly take your time. Little bit of glue. Put it back and work your way around.
There you go. Tyres glued. Do you know what? I think what we need to do now is just get these cars finished. So I need to go out and get some tyres.
Yeah, I need to put the radio gear and the power plant in this, and then we need to book ourselves into our local club to race.
We do indeed. If you've got a local buggy club that you think we'd be welcome at and you'd like us to come along and race, please drop it down in the comments down below, because we would like to pop along to many clubs this year. Do you know what one problem that we've got with our channel at the moment?
What's that?
We keep going to clubs and making videos, and then we go back and they're too busy.
They are, yeah. I think we're generating quite a bit of interest for
quite a bit of interest,
which is good. That's what we wanted to do, Carl.
It's exactly what we want to do. Some of the clubs in this area are absolutely thriving at the moment, to the point where if you're not quick, you're not going to get booked in.
That's right, yeah. But hey, you know, that's all good really, as far as I'm concerned, as long as you can fit us in, right?
Yeah. So if you can fit us in, give us a shout, because we'd love to go racing.
We certainly would.
We would indeed.
So if you like what you see and you want to follow us on this journey, keep up to date with what we're doing, like, subscribe, smash the old ding dong bell, and we'll see you hopefully trackside soon.